To the new camping man. Hope you're feeling new today. And we're at Newark Air Museum. This one's a bit special. Newark Air Museum. And I love military aircraft. Absolutely love it. So hopefully you'll enjoy it too. So my channel is not just about camping. I do other things as well. It's all about the outside. Camping is my main passion, okay, when it comes to the new camping man, that is. But also my other passion, if you know me, is military aircraft. And I love military aircraft. So this is straight up my street, and hopefully it will be yours as well. So let's go and have a look inside. I will say one thing. Normally when I come out and do these sort of videos, I don't tend to a lot of museums show all the exhibits, so I encourage you to come and see it. Well, this is a little bit different because this is military aircraft, so the only way you're really going to appreciate it, and hopefully this will give you a taste, is to come and see it, because obviously it's aircraft and that little bit bigger and a little bit more exciting in person. But hopefully this will give you a taste of it. Let's go. The Vulcan bomber. So what you just seen there is the Vulcan bomber. Now the Vulcan was actually part of the V deterrent along with the Vixen during the Cold War, and it used to carry the nuclear deterrent, the nuclear weapons, through the sky. Obviously the idea was it was to eventually attack Russia from the sky with the nuclear deterrent. Now there's a few fun facts about the Vulcan that some people don't realise. It was actually involved in the Falklands War, and it actually tried to drop bombs during the Falklands War. Other things that people don't realise about the Vulcan, actually the same person who designed the Vulcan actually was to do with the Lancaster bomber. It was the same people that made the Lancaster bomber. Other things about the Vulcan as well is the Vulcan was actually to do with an exercise which you can see on YouTube, where it actually tried to bomb America twice, and that was actually classified. So they actually did a mission where they actually flew over America and tried to drop nuclear bombs, and managed to actually do it, and it wasn't actually stopped by the American Air Force as well. So that is one of my favourite aircraft, and that is something to see in the sky. There is one based in RAF Waddington on the tarmac there. So if you ever go past RAF Waddington in Lincolnshire, you'll see one there as well. It's stationed there all the time. So that is the Vulcan, and it's a magical machine. Field department of the Vulcan bomber, and the bomb department's back there. Let's see some more aircraft. I remember these, the Meteor. Cracking aircraft, that one. Let's move over to this one. Ah, the camera. English Electric. More to see. Not familiar with this aircraft. With that last one. It's always nice to see something that you're not used to, isn't it? So, the Westland Essex helicopter. This was the backbone at one point of the RAF, and it had a very long service. And I remember watching these on television, and I remember watching these in person flying over. One hell of a machine. Backbone of the RAF at one point. Cracking helicopter. The Buccaneer. What an aircraft. Look at this machine, eh? What a cracking machine that is. Royal Navy. And apparently, as I was reading the plaque, This suffered a lot of engineer problems and ended up at Bruntingthorpe, not far away from here, where they actually do bombing runs, or taxi runs, sorry, not bomb, taxi runs of the Lightning, which we'll show you later anyway. But what a machine. Right then, we'll wander on further. It's a Cessna. Popular aircraft. They're getting near some impressive stuff now. And another camera, another English electric camera. And this aircraft that's coming up in a minute, this one, the Shackleton, actually pre-COVID, you could go actually up the stairs. And I'm sure they will do it one day. You'll up the stairs and actually let you go and sit inside it and see the inside of the aircraft. Now, there's a lot of interesting information about this particular aircraft. It's one of my favourites at this particular museum. So I'll have a talk about this. So this particular aircraft, the Shackleton, again, is by the same people who did what you've seen before, the Vulcan bomber. And if you recognise its shape, well, if you know anything about the Lancaster, this is heavily related to the Lancaster. Heavily related. This particular one is very similar to the inside of a Lancaster, believe it or not. But I think this was more naval. I've got that wrong, but I think it's more to do with the Navy. So it's like the Navy version of the Lancaster. But I've actually, as I say, I went into used to let you inside it before COVID, and I'm sure that will happen again. Well, I hope it does. I hope next time you come here, and as I say, this is what it's all about, getting people to come to these sort of places and see these museums and keep them going. Hopefully when you come here, they will start opening it up. You never know, but even if they don't, it's still worth coming down and look at it. What a spectacular machine. What an aircraft. Absolutely cracking, amazing. What an aircraft. These places, there's always something to learn, and I don't know nothing about this aircraft, but I've seen it loads of times, and it's one hell of a big machine. For what I was reading up, there's quite a lot of history to this one as well. I'm not familiar with it, and this is why you come to these places to start learning. But it's a big machine. This is big aircraft. And I think you could actually even go in this one I'm sure we could go in this one pre-COVID as well. Personally, I don't find it as exciting as the Shackleton, but but to the end of the day, I don't know a lot about the history of it. So, and these are the sort of things, you know, certain aircraft really give you a bit of nostalgia, or a bit of, I don't know, a bit of a buzz when you think about them, and the pilots that actually flew them at the time. So, it's certain aircraft really capture the spirit of excitement, I suppose. Fantastic. More to see. I will say one thing. I've just realised, looking at some of these plaques, just how important RAF Scampton up the road actually is, or was, and still is actually. That said, RAF Scampton at the moment is currently where the Royal Red Arrows are, the Reds as they're known. But they're on about moving them to Wallington apparently. Okay, but there's a lot of history to do with RAF Scampton as well here. And Wallington is just up the road as well. So, as I say, this whole area is well and worth a visit. Yes, we're in Newark and in Nottinghamshire, and that's Lincolnshire, but it's not far away at all. So if you ever get a chance, go and check up Wallington, go and check Conisbee. Conisbee is where the actual Typhoon is stationed. Excellent places to visit. The Lynx. The Lynx helicopter. Now this machine is really, really agile. And at one point this could outturn a lot of helicopters in the sky. A lot of helicopters. And it was in service for a long time. You read the board there. No, it was only arrived in the museum in 2018. And that's because there hasn't been that long that they were actually became out of service. So the Lynx, I think, actually I don't know if they are still in service. I'm sure they're out of service now, but what a machine. Inside the Chinook, and I won't bore people too much about the Chinook. I'm sure if anybody knows anything about aircraft, they're still in service at the moment, and we know a lot about them, don't we? So, well, lots of people do. If you don't know about the Chinook, well, you need to just have a bit of a read up and a look online, because there's a lot to it, but it is still in service and still being used now. And the Puma. The Puma, yeah, another fantastic helicopter. We'll move on. Jaguar. All right, look at that, it's cracking. I remember seeing Jaguars when I was younger. Now, this is a machine. This would go supersonic, and it was a proper machine. It could keep up with those things. In fact, a lot of countries, including Russia, may have been scared to death of this machine. It's like a flying bomb, ridiculously fast, faster than Concorde at its time. Although I could be wrong about that, but obviously that's why I don't mind people having comments on these sort of things, because I'm starting to learn as well. But like I say, on the road, they sometimes have once a year RAF Bruntingthorpe, where they actually do taxi runs of these. Now, I personally haven't had a chance to go, but my friend has, which you've probably seen on some of the videos. My friend that lives in Doncaster, and you want to have a look at it if you're interested in trains and information about trains and the Doncaster Museum. I've got a video on that, and he's seen a lot of these on the taxi run, and maybe one day I'll get to do that. And you actually even see these at night on the taxi run, so yeah, definitely worth a visit. I'm going to have to see that one day when I get time off work. That's the Hawker Hunter. And a Meteor. So now we're going to look at some Russian aircraft, some MiGs. And I didn't think I'd ever be at an actual place where lots of air museums, they don't always have MiGs on exhibition. But, you know, we've been Russian aircraft. But this place has got some MiGs, which I think is absolutely spectacular. So, just rolling back there, watching what MiG is this. This is the MiG-27. The MiG-27. So, as I say in the comments, if you know some history about any of these aircrafts and you want to enlighten other people, please do. Feel free. It's what the channel's about. Get involved. Explain your experiences. Explain what you know about these aircraft. And another MiG there as well. So if any of you serving members of the RAF out there, or anybody, veterans, or anybody who's got some stories to tell about these machines, perhaps you were somebody who flew them. Perhaps you could tell some more people some more history about them. Whatever the situation, it's always worth sharing the knowledge. It's what I try and make my channel about. Trying to share information and knowledge, encouraging people to come and see these places and have a fabulous time. I'm definitely enjoying myself, and I really do mean it. I love coming to these places anyway. Let's carry on. But this aircraft, this is the Harrier, and this is one of the nostalgic aircraft that I remember seeing during the Falklands War, seen for years. Remember seeing it flying from RAF Colonsby. And this is actually the Sea Harrier, so it is a Harrier, but it's the Sea Harrier. So I didn't see these particular ones. I saw not Sea Harriers, but the Harrier in general. Vertical takeoff. Fantastic. The Royal Navy won this one though. Say it's the Sea Harrier, but the Harriers in general, as I say, I used to see not the Sea Harrier but the Harrier flying from Colonsby, and as a child I remember watching them in the sky. An iconic machine and part of heavily involved in the Falklands War. Guys, it might be a bit noisy in here. There's a few people looking around, a few kids, as you'd expect. And into another hangar we go. Let's show you around. Some cracking aircraft. Amazing stuff. So even if you're not get excited about aircraft or helicopters or anything like that, there's still plenty of things to see and learn. And it's nice to bring history to life, and these sort of places do it for us, don't they? And it's a popular place to come. Vampire. That's a machine, that is. That's an aircraft and a half. So like I say, got to come and have a look at these places. Encourage you to visit. Okay. Inside the Vulcan again. Thanks for watching New Camping Man. Anytime, like, subscribe, and and see the rest of my videos. Plenty to see. Thank you again, Andy.